Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And in this video, I'm going to be covering another of those under the radar projects that's quietly building and building and building, doesn't have the hype that's associated with lots of other projects that aren't this far developed in their history and in their growth. And this one promises really great passive income potential.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Hey, Andreas, thank you so much for making yourself available. And for those of you who don't know about Andreas and the project, which is CAJUTEL, CAJUTEL.io, they ICO'd in late 2017 when everybody was ICOing. And what they're doing is they're using the funds raised to bring solar-powered, high-speed Wi-Fi to parts of Africa where all there is kind of like tin can Wi-Fi. That's sort of very, very primitive, where you have to manually transport the packets of data from one part of the country to the other. And people who are token holders, cash token holders like myself, once this turns profitable from the towers that they're built and the businesses that are using this high-speed Wi-Fi, then we will receive a share of the profits. Anything I've missed out there, Andreas, that you want to say about CAJUTEL?
No.
No, I think after all this time, I know a bit about the project. You've been covering it for a few years. I have and please connect to my playlist if you want to find out more about it. And you can go and buy CAJUTEL tokens from Mercatox, possibly also Fork Delta and Uniswap. I'm not sure, but definitely Mercatox. And I think they're underpriced, but that's my opinion. You should check it out for yourself. Now, Andreas, I just want to check, because your picture is very clear and the signal is very clear. So I assumed that you were in Europe.
No, I'm actually in Freetown currently.
Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone. So how come such good Wi-Fi?
This is just a coincidence because everybody else is sleeping and not watching YouTube videos. I mean, I'm using the hotel internet here at the moment.
Right. Okay. All right. We're fortunate there. I thought maybe you might be in the CAJUTEL offices.
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
There it would be even better.
Wow. Okay. And do you want to give us where the project is, the status is right now, and then we can go into what you've been doing lately and what's coming up?
Yeah, well, the status is that we are building additional towers to serve new customers. So that's why I'm here at the moment. We built our third tower and prepared our fourth one, which is going to be in a couple of days ready, which allows us to serve like the biggest part of the city of Freetown. And we already have like dozens of customers lined up who want to connect because they couldn't, because we didn't have the tower. And we had lots of small problems which we had to fix and to figure out why we have those issues. Like we have issues with the power supply, the system which was always going offline after a few hours, just like that. So we were on some big heavy batteries, so we have battery backup for like 36 hours, and that should last a bit. So if we have a power outage of 36 hours, we're still operational.
Right.
We installed all the panel antennas to have really focused connections to the customers, and we did a test installation of a customer device at our office, and we got like 45 megabit out of the box without any special alignment or tuning or whatever, which is pretty good because the average measurement of the country is like 11, and most of them are of course only in the capital, because on the countryside there's really nothing.
Right.
So they are not counted. And we're planning the next two towers. And
Andreas, excuse me a second, because there's a lot that you're saying, right? And I want to pick some details out. So first I want to say that, was it 45 megabytes per second on this? Megabits, right?
Yeah.
Is actually better than what I've been getting. I should be getting 45 megabits on this new ISP, but when I checked it the other day, I was getting 20 plus. But that's still more than what people would normally get. And then you said earlier you're going to be building the fourth tower in the busiest part of Sierra Leone. Do you mean the business quarter or the largest residential area or the most populated?
Well, it's all a little bit mixed. I mean, we have now a tower which covers the northern part of the island of the peninsula. We have the first one was covering the western. The third tower is a fill-in tower which fills a few gaps in the coverage of the third. And the fourth one also, we have one strategic customer who wants to have high capacity in a specific spot where we are just shooting over them. Right. It means from the high tower, we are just too high to cover them because they're just underneath that mountain. So we have to go ping pong to get there. So that's the 4 towers which are basically prepared within a week. And then the next one is going to be on the western part, which is also going to cover quite a large area up the western coast. And then we can also shoot inland from there.
That's extremely
quite far. So.
And what I imagine what we're going to have, and for people to get an idea, I mean, I really do recommend, if you're watching this for learning about CAJUTEL for the first time, go watch the previous video update that I did with Andreas, because there he showed a really, really great map or something that shows where the towers are planned, where they're already built, and how they work is by ping relay. You know, one over here in this part of the city, one over here in this part of the city, one over here in this part of the city, connecting with cables that come from Europe, and then relaying the signals from one to another. So then I imagine eventually we're going to have blanket coverage over the city of Freetown.
Yeah.
Which has a population of how many people?
1 million.
1 million. More. And how many customers do you already have, or how many businesses already using the service roughly?
Dozens.
Dozens.
We're not having that many because we didn't have the coverage really. And but our sales team has prepared a lot of them for this new tower. So now they can start and sign the contracts. And you know, the larger corporations, they often have like 1-year contract. So if they're with somebody else, you have to find the cutoff date. So it's going to take a month or 2 to get them connected. And then you also have customers which you cannot serve because they are shaded by a building or so. That has happened in one case where we have to find another building first to relay the signal.
Right. Okay, good. All right, and please carry on with your update.
Yeah, so we have those 4 towers in Freetown, which are almost ready. We're going to build the 5th one in the west. And then we're going to go like 400 kilometers inland to a region which is very badly served now, the region of Kono, and build a tower there. That's the current plan, because it looks like the fiber to that location will be finally ready after like 2 years of delay. So we can connect from there. Because if there's a fiber there, it's much easier to get there, because otherwise we need to build like 5 hops to connect there. And there's lots of potential in that area, because there's mining companies, there's banks and so on, who all need connectivity.
Right, that'll be extraordinary, because that'll be a lot of business in that part of Sierra Leone from the mining companies.
Yeah, mining, they do gold mining, they do diamond mining, and a couple of other stuff. So it's a strategic region. And then we also have the region of Bo, which we want to do very soon, which is also a larger city. So we go as fast as we can. So the more tokens we can sell, then the faster we can build. But so far, the network we are building now is all has all been financed, and now we are at the edge of becoming profitable, which means if we would not continue building, the customers who pay us money pays for the running cost.
Right.
We expect that to happen this month, basically, or in June. But we want to expand, because the faster we expand, the bigger we're going to get.
Yes.
That's the key thing. You have to expand as fast as possible.
Yes.
And that's why we have token holders who can participate in this.
Okay, so you're expecting to be profitable in June. Now, when can the token holders expect any sort of reward payout? How will that work? Or is that still?
Well, the reward payout is basically when the company pays dividends, and that depends on how fast we are complete with the whole network and don't expand anymore. because the profits we're getting out of the company comes from spare money of the company, which it doesn't need. But as long as we are continue building, we basically take every spare money we have to reinvest into the infrastructure to serve new areas to get even more customers. And once this is complete, then we don't have to grow anything anywhere. Then we have a lot of spare money which we can share with the shareholders. That's the idea. So this can take 2-3 years until we have a reasonable size. It depends also on how much capital we have access to. The more capital we have access to, the faster we can grow.
Right. Now,
so,
do you mean 2 to 3 years from now, or?
Yeah, that's because the original plan was like a 3-year plan.
Yeah.
And then everything got thrown out of the window, all the planning, because of Corona and other unexpected delays. But now we are well on track. We have customers, we have staff, we have sales, we have infrastructure. We are getting access to the parts, which also has become a quite significant issue. That's, you want to buy the right radio types, and they're just not in stock. And you see that in a lot of electronics right now, that the factories in China and Taiwan and so on, they are full with orders, and they cannot produce certain parts fast enough. And
I understand, or assume, that's because of the disruption to the supply chain caused by the lockdowns for the last year or so.
Yeah, but we see that across the board. I mean, you will see that in manufacturing of many different parts for the car industry, for example. They don't get the CPUs for their cars, so car production is delayed because of that. And I have another project where I need electronic parts, where we have to specifically select the parts which are available in stock, while we wanted to use another part from another vendor, but it's not available. So it's kind of a game to choose which ones. But for the radios we are using in our network, they were in short supply like half a year ago. And now they're a little bit better available, and we have acquired enough stock so we can connect the customers, because it would be bad to have a tower and no, you cannot connect because you don't have the modem for the customer.
Right. Okay. Now, you're saying 2 to 3 years, which could be for those that are they've done their due diligence, they're willing to hold on, they got the patience, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. This could be a good opportunity to get a little more, buy some more CAJ tokens. But and this is not investment advice. People do got to check it out for yourself, and it is going to take patience. And one of the things, Andreas, that you've been straight about from the start is that this is not a get rich quick, one of those, you buy the token and then the following day you can get a Lambo or something, or at least half a Lambo. This one, you're not even going to get a bicycle in that day or something, right? You were really straight about that from the start, and it was in the white paper. I remember talking to you about that, and in the videos that I covered in 2017 about this project. So I do want people to bear in mind, it takes time and effort to build an infrastructure project. It takes no time at all to write a few lines of code. It takes something to build something that's physical and as complex in a part of the world where there isn't the infrastructure support, where there isn't the bureaucratic efficiency like you would get, say, in a European nation. And that's been one of the delays as well, with the licensing in the 3 countries that you're targeting, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea. How well funded is the project? Are you seeking investment from other agents?
Well, we still have a lot of tokens which we have not sold on the ICO. We hold on to them. I have financed myself out of my own pocket the biggest part of the expansion. So far, I've been lucky to be able to do this. But when we want to grow faster, then we're going to need more funding, which means at some point we want to sell more tokens onto the market. But we don't want to do this right now, because otherwise, the token price is just going to go down for no reason. So we're going to do this once we really need to do this, and try to get as much cash out of the operation itself. And that's why, getting to the point where we start to be profitable is very, very important, because that's then no longer sucking money out of me to keep it running. So it can run by itself. So in the worst case, which is don't grow, but at least we're not losing money.
Got it. And that's often the case with businesses with a long-term view in the beginning as they set up. Okay. Anything else you want to let us know about Sierra Leone? And then I'm going to ask you about what's happening in Guinea and Guinea-Bissau.
No, that's about it, what we're currently doing here.
Okay.
We met a lot of people and customers and so on, and we were quite happy about the progress.
Fabulous. Okay. And then any updates to the progress in Guinea and Guinea-Bissau?
There's no real update since what we discussed in our last video. We have somebody going to Guinea-Bissau in a couple of days to do a site survey because we have some planned sites there on the map, something like 10 sites. And he has to go to see on all those locations, is the space available, who owns the land, where do we get the power from, is it really feasible to build something there, because the underground might be mud or whatever. So we have to do a site survey, and that's like prepared for, I think after the 27th, he's there for almost a month to go from site to site to check everything out.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Anything else you want to let people know? Or you want to let CAJ token holders know?
Well, go and buy tokens as long as they're still cheap. It will have a substantial update when we get profitable, and now the train has left the station. Let's say it this way.
And it's
we're
slowly picking up speed.
We're picking up speed, and we're pretty confident that that's now unstoppable.
Yes. And for those that don't know, I think, Andreas, this is your third major IT company that you set up. And
that's a good question. It's probably more.
Switzerland as well. You
said. I started with an ISP, then I had a GSM operator, I had a data center, I had a backbone, I had a mobile services company. So this is like sixth or seventh company in that area.
Yes. Okay. Well, that should give people some confidence in this, right? Because it does seem to me you know what you're doing. And I've been following this project, like I said, December 2017. I'm not letting go of any of my CAJ tokens. In fact, I recently acquired some more, but that's my own lookout. I'll have all the links in the description below. I invite people to go and check it out, and then go join the Telegram group. If you have any questions, I'll be in there. And Andreas, thank you so much for doing these regular updates with me. Really, really appreciate it. And for anybody who's watching, comments below the video, any questions below the video, and between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Andreas signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.